It's almost here. It's almost here, Cowboy Nation. It is. It's almost here. Yeah. All right. Let the room fill up. Yeah. It's almost here, Cowboy Nation. It is. What's up, Bama fan? Let's go. Alpha Mason. What's up? Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We're almost there, right? We got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. While that minute pull up. 6 more minutes. Hey, let's see what we can do. It's close. Yeah. Let's see what the Cowboys gonna do with it. Yeah. It's not over with yet. What a fire that. Turn my camera on. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Yeah. 5 more minutes. Cowboy Nation, the trade deadline is almost around the corner. We got to figure out what the Cowboys are going to do with it. Are we going to bring it home? Yeah. Are we going to bring them home? I've seen so many people post about Jamal and his Jamal Camper saying that he really want to get back to Texas. Let me know of how you guys feel. You know, I want to know your thoughts. Really want to know how you all feel about this Jamal guy altogether, man. Do you think that he's going to be the guy that can help us out along the way? I'm looking at it like we already know what Xavier Woods can do at the free. We've been asking for a safety for a decade now. You see, we've been asking for one. You see. And we've been trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. And sometimes a Band-Aid will hold sometimes. And then sometimes we'll stitch it up, but the bullet is still in there. Jamal Adams will be us surgically removing the bullet, pulling it out, and then allowing this thing to heal completely, you see. So that's what I'm looking at. Me at the Star, watching the Cowboys fan look for a trade. Deadline of New York ball is about to drop. This is Jay Farm. Yes. We need to figure out what's going to happen, you see. And here's me fishing, me_fishing. He says, bye-bye, Jeff Heath. No, you got to keep Jeff. You know, Jeff Heath is a great guy for us, man. Been wonderful for our organization, you know. He can kick the field goals, play great special teams, and he can do all of those things. Let me check out Jamal's. Let's check out his Twitter page right now to see what he's saying. The president business, okay, that's his Gmail account. Y'all hit him up on the Gmail, man, and let him know how you all feel. Wait a minute, I'm not even following Jamal. Let me. I don't know. I don't want to follow him yet. You know what I mean? He got to at least be a Cowboy before I hit that follow button. I don't know about that. Let me know. You guys go there and follow Jamal and post something. Let me see what we can see. It's us against the world. We'll see. And that's what this is his recent post as of October the 27th. He said, leaving it in God's hands. You see, well, let's see what God going to do with this, you know. Let's see what he going to do with this, you know. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. So, we're going to see what's all going to transpire, man. Somebody says the first round and the third in McGovern. That seems quite possible, you know. That don't seems too far-fetched. Because who in the first round that you're going to get now that's of the caliber Oh, don't tell me he going to the Broncos, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me see where he going to, man. We got what, 2 more minutes, 1 more minute. Knowing that the Jets are open to the dealing of several big names of players have touched bases impossible for Jamal Adams. Sources say indicates that he's to move would be massive. Okay, let's see what they have right here. I don't know, Cowboy Nation. Cowboys, they don't have a deal for Jamal. Don't have a deal for cornerback Chris Harris as they held firm. Nothing changed, though, Cowboy Nation. Nothing changed, right? Nothing changed at all. So we got to figure out how we're going to move on from here, though. Somebody else probably be around the corner for us, right? Cowboy Nation. And then we got, what, 1 more minute? Let's see what happened. In law we trust. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Let's see if we can find any other news out here. Why Earl Thomas is trending? Well, where's Earl Thomas trending for? Let's see why he's trending. Okay. Yeah. This guy refreshing his Twitter page every 2 seconds. Shout out to Pablo, man. Oh, man. Too much says I want Adams to the Cowboys more than I wanted Earl. Well, Adams is a whole lot younger, so that would benefit us along the way. Look at this guy, man. He's in agony. Oh, my goodness. How you guys feeling, man? How do you guys feel? Deadline is over with. Blue Star, you right. Something got to come around. Somebody got to tell us something now. Let me see. Let me go back to the trendings page and see what's trending now. You see, why is Jeff Heath trending on my Twitter? Let's see what Jeff Heath. What's going on with him? I don't think I need y'all to know of an upgrade Jamal is over Jeff Heath. Okay. He is an upgrade over Jeff Heath. We love Jeff Heath, though. Oh, my goodness. This guy is exactly what we're doing right now. Let's wait and see what. Matter of fact, let me see if I can just type in NFL. Let's see what they say. Let's just see, Cowboy Nation. And we're going to go NFL. See what they got, anything out there. NFL trade deadline. You got to at least let us know something, The official NFL at least let us know something of what happened, what transpired, and what's going on. Yeah. I forgot they always had that disclaimer page up on top of their screen. Standalone Complex says that
without an effective pass rush, we won't beat an elite QB. I am happy we didn't waste resources here.
We didn't waste resources as it relates to. Appreciate you for the donation to help grow the nation. While my Twitter page, well, I guess I went to the official NFL website. Let me go there. Yeah, wrong button I clicked on. We don't see anything. Votes, they voting. Vote for FedEx Player of the Week. You got to go with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, boy, blind pass. Who? They love Drew Brees. Let me see. Vote for the NFL Ground Player of the Week. James Conner did pretty good. Okay, they love Tevin. Okay. You guys get a chance to see me live voting, right? I voted today. Exercise my political rights, right? So, do you guys got any news out there? Do you have anything out there? So far, the deadline is over with. And who is it? Connor Hughes says sources confirmed that the Cowboys are this was an hour ago. How irrelevant this news is now, you see. Oh my goodness. So let me see who else we have here. Earl Thomas 2.0. As long as folks are talking about Cowboys, JJ is good. This is from Hatterson. You're right. You're right. Look, at the end of the day, I came up with this conclusion of things. I was saying that with Jerry Jones, we talk about relevancy and we talk about those things as it relates to football and how you get paid with money and merchandise. When you click on those links and you are able to click on those links, it brings the attention to Jerry. And then on top of that, the more you talk about Jerry, the more things happen as it relates to relevancy. So, yeah, you got a strong point right here as it relates to that. And I agree with what you're saying with Jerry Jones and his whole situation with that. So that's just how it goes, Cowboy Nation. I don't think that by us not getting the Jamal, that is going to be a hard spot for us. I was more so wanting a guy that's going to be on the inside, the interior guy. I look at it in those fashion. The interior guy always, when I say always, is better for you because when you can create pressure to the inside, it pushes everything back. And when you push everything back, we already know that allows, that allows the quarterback to throw the ball quicker, and then that allows your DBs and other guys or linebackers to get their hands on the ball. So that's what I look for anyway. I don't know why my page just froze right here. Let's just go right here. Yeah, so Cowboy Nation, it seems as if though the deadline has passed. Le'Veon Bell is still a Jet. Jamal is still a Jet. My loyalty remains. He says, F for the stressful. My thing is, come on, man. We could at least, I guess, it was too much money. I guess it was too much money. And this guy right here says, Joey Hayden says, Dallas Cowboys don't trade for New York Jets safety. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, boy. It backfired. Boy, we didn't get him. They wanted, what did they want? Doc Holliday, he says they wanted 3 years of first-round picks for him. Oh, my goodness, no. I wouldn't give up 3 first-round picks for him. No. No. And my thing is, I would have gave up a first-round draft pick for him. Maybe a conditional 3rd or something like that. Maybe a conditional 5th or something like that. A 1st, 3rd, and a 5th. Maybe something like that. But no way. So we're going to read all of the Twitter response. Chief must trade Mahomes to the Jets for Jamal. Sam McDonough. Boy, these people crazy out here on the Twitter universe. Yes, indeed. They still didn't update this part right here. Yeah, it's crazy. Don't hold your breath, Jamal Adams. This 12 minutes ago. Sorry it didn't happen. Meeting as an appropriate deadline. Team source. Too pricey. Jane be on it. Don't Jane be on it? Don't Jane Slater be on it, Cowboy Nation? Man, Jane be on it, man. She be on it so hard, man. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can help you all out. Let me go right here. Really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in to the nation. I want to get your honest feedbacks and your honest thoughts on everything. So therefore, we're going to open up the phone lines for a brief second here. About 15, 20 minutes, and we can get on out of here from there. How about that? Let me find my phone button so we can open it up. And the phone number will be 682-214-4087. Let me know how you all feel about the trade deadline. By us not making a move at all, from what I know, I don't think we made a move at all. Let me know how you all feel. Truth Seeker, really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Victor Medley, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Alex T in the house. Vern, really appreciate you. Jada, what's up? What's good with you? Have Jeff Heath ever been to the Pro Bowl? Uh, I don't think so. I don't think Jeff Heath ever made it to the Pro Bowl. Unfortunately, I don't think that he's made it there to that side of the world. Basically, unfortunately. 469. What's on your mind?
What's up, Lo?
No, man, it's your world, man. I'm just trying to pay rent.
Man, I'm just watching you right now live, man, from San Antonio, man. I'm from Dallas, Texas, though. But, man, I would love to see us go get, like, Geno Atkins, maybe.
No, man, you just got to turn your phone down a little bit, man, or not your phone, but your background.
There you go, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. We ready now. So what happened now? You said what happened?
I mean, I would like for us to go try to go get, like, maybe, like, a Geno Atkins, maybe, because, I'm a Barbecue Woods fan, but he's a great, maybe like a plug-in guy, but we just need somebody else there, man, to get that pressure, man.
Yeah, well, the trade deadline is over with now, so I mean, we can't shake anything now. It's over with. It's said and gone. It's done. But one thing that I can say that maybe next year we can probably look into that, or maybe if a team foolishly release one of those star caliber players, maybe we can pick them up on a waiver wire or something like that. But that would be wishful thinking, unfortunately. Yeah. But we do need somebody that we can really help this team out as it relates to, I would say, pressure to the inside, because we know for sure what Antoine Barbecue Woods bring to the table. We know those things. We just don't have the ability to get it on a consistent level. My thing is Antoine Barbecue Woods, Malik Collins, those are like 30 snap guys. But when you start talking about 60 snaps, we don't get the same production what they would do in a 30 snap situation.
Yeah, exactly. Go get like a Fletcher Cox. Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking, man. I really appreciate you. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, keep it up, man. I watch you every day, man.
Oh, my goodness. Really appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you, man. Thank you for tuning in to the nation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. It put a smile on my face when people say, man, I listen to you every day, man. He was thinking with the aspect of us using some, I guess, draft capital and money capital, however you want to put it, and spending on a Geno Atkins, but that's water under the bridge. Now, here's my thing. I watched the show last night on Netflix, Dolomite, and the show was really good. If you got a Netflix account, watch Dolomite. It was talking about the fact that you can, on Dolomite, it was talking about this right here, that you actually, the guy, in order for him to make it to the next level, he had to invest in himself. He had to spend money that he didn't have, right? And he bet on himself, and it worked out. Not saying that the Cowboys don't bet on themselves, but in order for us to really get out of this slump, we had to bet on ourselves for Amari. We had to reach deep down in our pockets, in the crevices of our thoughts, hearts, and soul and sinew, reach deep down inside and take those things out and say, you know what? We're going to spend a first-round draft pick on Amari Cooper. It was unconventional because a lot of people were saying that, hey, wait a minute. If you go out there and get Amari Cooper now, if he's not looking good with Carr, what makes you think that he's going to look good with Dak Prescott? But we said, you know what? Forget all of what the naysayers are saying. We're going to reach deep down in our pockets and get Amari because we need that dynamic wide receiver. And ever since then, Dak Prescott looked better and Amari Cooper looked better. But that was us taking the risk. And if you don't take that risk sometimes, you don't get the reward. Now, will we be better with a Michael Bennett? Yes, we good with Michael Bennett right now. But that's just a bridge guy. I don't see Michael Bennett in this particular team next year. 908, man, you live like 95. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Law? I'm not really disappointed about the trade deadline for the simple fact that if you heard about the Jets, they wanted more than a first rounder, and I didn't think we was a safety away. I thought we needed a big run stopping
Yes,
defensive
you're on the
tackle.
same page with me. Yes.
Yeah, and like the safety, and Jamal Adams would have been nice. It would have been a nice little luxury car, but for this defense, we need a Ford truck that can take. Like you get what I'm saying. Like we didn't need a Mercedes with Jamal Adams. We needed somebody that it's the playoffs. We in Green Bay or we in Green Bay or who's the other top seeds, or we in San Francisco, and it's gonna be a run heavy game. Like we just needed that type of defensive tackle. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that aspect of us not getting that big defensive tackle. Michael Bennett, he's really a defensive end. Yes, he can play some defense. He could go in the middle and rush the passer from inside, but in terms of run stopping, like we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Other than that, I'm not really I'm just really disappointed of us not getting that defensive tackle. But hopefully we look. I mean, I see the second half of our schedule. The second half is it's crazy.
Well, let me break it down for you right quick. You might have to turn your background down just a little bit because I hear the reverb.
Okay.
But here's the thing right here. 3 out of the 4 teams that are in the playoff hunt right now, we got to play them. And then on top of that, we got to play the Vikings. They are 6-2. Don't you think the Vikings looking at it like they are only a game behind the Green Bay Packers? So they're going to look at it like this. If we can win our games, then instead of a wild card, we can get a home game. You see, that's the Vikings' goal. They want to play at home. And you already know when that horn go off in Viking land, it's a whole different world. So everybody's going to give us their best. So we're going to have to be ready.
Yeah, we're going to have to be ready. But the Vikings I'm more concerned about the going to New York and the Giants trying to play spoiler than the Vikings because we are elite against Kirk. I still, even though Kirk Cousins looked okay recently, at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins, when the pressure gets high, we don't.
But hold on. This is the thing. I'm not worried about Kirk Cousins. I'm worried about the leading NFL rusher.
Yeah.
And then on top of that Alexander Madison, whatever his name is from Boise, they got two-headed running backs that can run the rock and get upfield like no other. So if they can just say, okay, we're not trying to let Kirk Cousins win the game for us, and we can run the rock and we got good defense, that's a good recipe to beat the Dallas Cowboys. So that's why I'm looking at it in those factors, especially if we get to the playoffs.
I have a question for you, Lo.
Talk to me.
And be completely honest, where do you see us record wise in the second half of the season? Like, do you see us 10-6, 11-5, 9-7, and also what is the record? What is the record to win this division? Like what is the record you probably think is going to win this division? And do you think that for us to get to where we want to go, do we need a bye? And I'm gonna hang up after that.
This division is such a fickle division, right? Because the Eagles, they can just all of a sudden show up. They are a type of team that when they face adversity, they show up and they rise to the occasion since 2017. So we always got to put them in our minds because when they get cold, those teams just tend to play better. So I'm looking at this team in this division, in order to win it, I think you can probably escape away with 10-6 to be safety. Now, 9-7 may be enough to win this particular division because we play each other rough. But outside of that, I don't like the bye because the historical data shows that when we have a bye, I'm talking about going into the playoff, Cowboy Nation, that the Jason Garrett-led team in the last 10 years, we come out flat.
That's coaching. Oh my God. That's coaching. That's ridiculous. Oh man, that's ridiculous.
Just real. I wish I could lie to kick it, but that's just the historical data aspect of it. When we come out of the bye, we just look flat.
Yeah, and I really don't understand that. It's like, is Jason Garrett not giving them? I know he's preparing them in terms of, because I know he does his job in terms of preparing him, but is the players not resonating with him in terms of motivation? Because people say Jason Garrett's a great, like people inside like Cowboys, like Brian Broaddus or Mickey Spagnola, they would say that Jason Garrett is one thing he can do. He can motivate his players, and they play hard, but they don't ever play hard in the first quarter, and that's a problem. I think the first quarter is one of the most that sets the tone. So I don't know, like what is he doing that's not resonating? Like you know what I'm saying? Like what is he doing that's not resonating? Like it's just I don't know. But I'm gonna hang up, bro.
It's a total sum of everything, but hopefully, man, this game is going to be a divisional game. It's a common opponent. We've been owning the Giants for the last few years here since 2016. So I'm thinking that we're going to be lock loaded and ready. So hopefully, coming off of this bye, we'll be ready and we can use that momentum to spearhead us into the playoff.
All right.
Appreciate the call, man. Really thank you for calling in, fam.
Thank you, Lo.
Salute, bro. 908, man, good call, man. Although it was a little echoey at the end, but I really appreciate him, man, for calling in, leaving us his thoughts and his love and adulations towards his team and his reservation. Oh, we got another call, another hotline, 302. You're live like 95 in the nation, man. Talk to me. 302. All right. Call back whenever you get a chance and an opportunity. All right, Cowboy Nation. So we're looking at the trade deadline. It's over with. I don't have the quote-unquote numbers of everybody who was released and traded to their respective teams. Hopefully, like I said before, we can figure out a way with the guys that we do have. Maybe, just maybe, we can look at it in this light of the world, is that Jerry Jones, Will McClay, Stephen Jones, and whoever that's running and operating this team love who they have already, and we're going to roll with it. 520, man, you live like 95.
Hey, how you doing, Law?
I'm doing great, man. Talk to me.
Hey, so with us not getting the Adams, what do you think about the boys lining up Jalen more now that we'll have Bennett up on the line with the rest of the guys, and maybe they'll sit Sean Lee and LVE back in the middle? Because I noticed when Jalen comes off the edges, he's hard to deal with. You think you're going to see them bringing a blitz more with Jalen or even LBE now that you have Bennett up in the middle?
Well, they've been blitzing more anyway, you see, with Jalen along the line of LOS being around there. This year, from what I can see, that's why Jalen, I think he got, 2 sacks already or a sack and a half. My thing is we're still going to play our base defense. Remember, although we love that Bennett can kick into the inside, he's still undersized. So we will see, and I don't think that he's going to get that amount of snaps. You're not going to look for him to get anywhere from 40 to 50 snaps anyway, from what I know, from what his skill set is. Especially, he's 33 now, finna be 34. So what I'm thinking that he's going to be more of a spell guy to help out Malik, and also a guy that also that you can put in on the edge from time to time when you need to give D-Law a spell or Robert Quinn a spell. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Nice. All right, I appreciate it, Law. Hey, me and my son love watching you, bro.
Oh, man, I
Salute,
really appreciate you. Salute, bro.
Later, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Good call, man. Think about this. As much as we love Bennett, he's not a space eater now. You can't just throw a 33, 34-year-old guy out there to expect him to get 50 and 60 snaps. No, you better not do that. They're going to be wheelchairing that guy out of here, man. But they should limit his snaps, give him on a snap count. I think that he's more versatile than a Tyrone Crawford. I think that, Tyrone Crawford had 5.5 sacks from the interior last year. Well, majority of those sacks came from the interior last year. I think that Bennett brings more to the table than a Tyrone Crawfords of the world can bring. If that makes any sense to you all, let me know if I'm telling you guys a lie or anything. But this is how I look at it, you see. What we have here, really appreciate your Hernandez. Thank you for tuning in to the nation. Free Donovan Wilson. Okay. 843, you live like 95, man.
What's going on, Lord? It's Antoine, man.
Antoine, what's good with you?
Man, I don't think we even made them changes on our defense, man. I really want to see Jordan Lewis on the outside. I've been saying that for the longest. I don't like Cheeto out there. I think he's a better nickel corner than the outside corner.
You talking about who's a better nickel than an outside?
I think
Cheeto?
Cheeto's a better nickel than outside. Yeah, he's a bigger body. He can handle them tight ends like Byron used to do.
Yeah. Now they did some exotic blitzing. They blitzed Jordan Lewis last game. He was able to get home. I think that Jordan Lewis coming off the break is a little bit faster than a Cheeto. Now Cheeto is physical as it relates to playing inside. Now playing outside, we have issues with Cheeto as it relates to redirect on certain phases of his game, or playing too cavalier, or just playing and not getting his head around to the ball, which I agree that Jordan Lewis, hands down, probably be your best cover corner on the Dallas Cowboys roster. Man. He's a playmaker. And, it's just Byron Jones is physically physically athletic, though, you see. But go ahead.
True. And how about Joe Thomas? I really want to see him on the field more, too. He's real good in coverage. Watching him play, man, he's good in coverage.
Yeah, Joe Thomas is a beast in coverage. But it's LVE is going to be healthy coming into this Giants game, from what I've heard, and Jalen Smith is healthy. Now, we play a lot of nickel.
What do you think about Sean Lee?
Sean Lee is just Sean Lee, man. It's just hard to just look Sean Lee in his eyes and say, okay, I'm going to bench you and put in Joe Thomas, you see. So in that rotation, you're still going to put LVE, my guy Jalen, and then, of course, old man Sean Lee.
True. I appreciate it a lot, man.
Man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Anytime, Antoine. Salute, bro. 843 Antoine, man. Really appreciate him for calling in to the nation. So far, so much for us making any splash at the trade deadline. But at the end of the day, what I was saying is that sometimes we can really look at this thing and say, playing it safe probably being a good look. Playing it too safe might be a bad look. But overall, collectively, we have to look at it in these fashions. We're 4-3. We're still leading in our division. Yes, it's only about one game. But what we need to do now is stack those wins on top of wins from here on out and just try to win our division and get that home playoff game, and maybe something else can change. Let's tune in to 585. You're live.
Hey, what's going on, Nation? How you doing?
Oh, man, it's your world, man. I'm just trying to pay this rent, baby. Talk to me.
Hey, man. I listen to you all the time, man. It's Tariq, man. Salim.
Tariq, what's good, man? So how power working out for you, man?
Nah, that ain't that Tariq.
Oh, you ain't that Tariq? Okay.
Nah, I love my dad.
Yes, indeed. That was a wild episode. You saw the last episode?
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Wild,
that was
man.
crazy.
That was wild. Look. Let me ask you this: how did she know where the body was at? You know, how did Tasha know where the body was at, man?
I think she knew. I think she knew Ghost was there. She probably know his sloppy work when being sloppy, or he just don't care.
No,
that's the only thing I can come up with.
She just knew he was sloppy on that aspect of it.
She know him.
Oh, she know him though. You like Sax? You like Sax, man?
Yeah.
Oh, you like Sax? But that dang on Sax, man. He gonna fool around. See, I think that Ghost and Tommy should have been killed him when they had him in that chair, when they had the opportunity, because now Sax is just.
Oh, you talking about Sax the detective? Nah, I don't like that dude.
I said you like him.
I thought you talking about somebody else. I thought you talking about my boy Proctor. My bad.
Oh, Proctor.
I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
But I don't like Sax. Man, they should have been knocked him off a episode or two ago last season. They should have got him instead of the other agent, the black agent.
Yes, boy. But go ahead and talk some Cowboy football, man. We
man.
Do this show another time when we talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that another time. Man. You threw me off with that one a little bit, but my thing with the Cowboys is that I feel like sometimes Stephen Jones. I don't think it's so much Jerry because I think Jerry would have pulled the trigger on Adams, but I think it's Stephen, the one holding the cards as far as these contracts and as far as him not letting Jerry just go buck wild with the draft picks anymore. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: how far along you been following the Cowboys?
Oh man, shoot! Since Emmitt Smith, Detroit Aikman, and Michael Irvin,
Well, let me say this then,
90s.
Tariq. Since the 90s, did you know that Stephen Jones was the guy that didn't want Deion Sanders on his team? You see.
Oh man, well,
I'm happy. Jerry Jones got into it over Deion. So, and what happened here? This is exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It worked for Jerry. You see what I'm saying with the Deion Sanders trade because we got the Super Bowl, right? Because
True.
We got the Super Bowl. It worked for Jerry, but Jerry was like, man, now I'm feeling that like I can pull the trigger on anything now. So with the Joey Galloway trade, Jerry was like, look, you saw what happened when I got my guy Deion. So I know this is going to work. So it hit him in the face. His success became his enemy. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And what happened here with this is that Jerry Jones is nobody to be trusted in that front office now. So he don't have the full longitude and latitude to sit up there and say, okay, although I'm the owner of this team, let me do this trade. And then his son comes there and say, no, remember with the Joey Galloway trade? Remember with the Roy Williams trade? No, we need to be more conservative. So his son, what we're saying is that his son is getting more of a stronghold of this team. But go ahead.
Yeah, but my whole thing is this year with this team, man, is that I see that Dak Prescott he has progress, and I feel like Dak Prescott, even though the media downs him a lot and talks bad about the guy, I feel like if you get Dak Prescott in the playoffs this year, and he got the experience now knowing what it takes to win and lose in the playoffs. I think this year, if they make a couple adjustments onto that defense, and Jason Garrett backing off and letting his ego back off for Kevin Moore to call these calls, I think we can do something. I think we can make a run. It's just everybody has to trust each other, and everything has to go right at the right time, and we need a little luck too.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then, Tariq. Who was big of a letdown last year in the playoff? Was it the offense? And I'm speaking collectively. Was it the offense or was it the defense?
I would have to say the defense because we got the ball ran down our throat. Two running backs having 100 yards on us in the playoffs. Man, they ran down our throats. They ran down our throats, man. And then I didn't like the fact that we didn't. If Marinelli is supposed to be this defensive line whisperer, why they didn't make adjustments? You know what I mean? Why him and Chris Richard didn't make their adjustments? You know what I mean? It's like, I think the reason I feel like Bill Belichick is so good and great, he knows how to mix it up and he knows when to make adjustments. You know what I mean? And I think that's the one thing that we don't have over there with our coaching staff. You know what I mean?
It's those necessary adjustments, yeah.
Yeah, because you got to do it. Because you never know how to, come on, man. We lost the game 12-10 against the Saints. And the Saints have a great team right now. Them dudes are scary. I think they are scary. And for us to go do that 12-10, that kind of showed me a little bit about this defense.
Well, let me ask you this, though, Tariq. Are they scarier now opposed to were they scary when we played them? Because they only won by 2 points, and then also with the help of the official. If we beat the Saints, are they still considered scary, or are we scary?
I think we're scary.
So we are scarier than the Saints, right?
Yeah, we're scarier than them. I think we're scarier than them because I feel like Dak has to play with a lead, but at the same time, too, I feel like if it's close enough for Dak to try to come back, he can do that. My whole thing is, I'm just tired of the slow starts in the first half. Because I feel like that kills us every time. Why do we have to play comeback football every time? That killed us. To me, that's what killed us. Dak Prescott rookie year with him and Zeke. If we didn't have to come back in that Green Bay game like that,
right?
I think we could have wiped the floor with them. And they missed calls too in that game, so I'm not gonna blame it on the referees. But at the same time, we got to start these games better than that. I don't like playing from behind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like Dak Prescott playing from behind because I don't feel like we're a great come from behind team.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then. Who do you pay first? And I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put all of these players out here.
Okay.
Robert Quinn. We got Byron Jones. We got Malik Collins. You got Anthony Brown. You got who else need to get paid? Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. Who do you pay first and why? Before I let you go.
I pay Dak Prescott first because he's the leader of the team, and the team goes to furthers he's taken with his arm. And I feel like Dak Prescott has matured over these 4 seasons. I can see it in his eye because last year, not to go off of what you said, switch the subject. Last year in the playoffs, Dak Prescott showed me something about his heart. It's like he hates losing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I seen it in his face at the end of that game. He was really upset because I feel like they took the game out of the old offensive coordinator took the game out of his hand.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? And tried to run it up the gut. I am so tired of them doing that. We gonna line up and punch them in the mouth stuff, and instead of
hold on. We do what we do best now.
Yeah, but come on, man. If they keep stopping you running up the gut, why you keep running it up the gut?
That's our mantra. We do what we do best, and that's
that's what I'm saying. But see, that's how you know it's Jason Garrett calling those calls, man. You can't tell me Kevin Moore gonna do that. But to get back to your question, you pay Dak first because he has progressed. You pay him first because he has progressed. Then you pay Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Everybody else is kind of
so no. Go ahead, give me the order, man. Help me out. You helping me out with some material.
I think you pay Dak first. I think you pay Omari second. I think you pay Quinn third. Now Byron, I think they can work out something with Byron. I think they can extend him a little bit. I think they can work out something with him. Mm-hmm. But the 2 other players that I don't care if they go. If Malik Collins go and if Anthony Brown go, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it because I feel like Jordan Lewis is a dog, and I love that. I'm like, damn. Yeah. When has the last time the Dallas Cowboys had dogs on that defense? He's a dog, and he has to stay in, man. I think if they take him out of there, the fans are gonna turn on Jerry and them about taking Jordan Lewis out of the game for Anthony Brown. Don't get me wrong, Anthony Brown is fast. He might cover a little bit, but Jordan Lewis brings that attitude that we need, and I think that's why Bennett was a great trade for us because we need a veteran in the line that still can play at a high level.
He is a
and will help the rest of these guys to let them know what it takes to win a Super Bowl.
Man, that's some good stuff, man. Great call.
Yeah, man.
I really appreciate you too, man. Thank you, man.
All right. Salute to you, Law.
Salute to you, bro.
I love your show, man.
Oh man, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right, you take it easy, brother.
Salute. It's good stuff, man. When y'all say y'all love the Law show, man, oh man. Makes my teeth white, man. Y'all just don't know, man. That's some good stuff, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that will be the deal. Who do you pay first and why? Y'all can put that down. Leave me your responses down below. Robert Quinn, that 1 year rental might come back to bite us, man. We're gonna have to figure out ways to pay Robert Quinn. And we do. We're gonna have to figure out something to pay that boy. 901 in the house, man. You live like 95. What's good?
What's going on, Law?
Oh man, it's your world, man. I'm just here.
Hey man, huge fan.
Oh my goodness, man. Really appreciate it.
Quick thing, Law. Now looking at this defense, man, I've been watching this defense for a long time. Mm-hmm. Now I really like the addition of Bennett, but do you really think that he can really, like, bring that big three out, like how they present it? Or do you think he still has some rust on him?
He wasn't rusty in the Patriots land, He just that he got into it with the coaching staff. And what I look at Bennett, he's not going to be a 40 or 50 snap guy. I think that he's going to come in as a rotational piece who's going to bring you more of an impact that Tyrone Crawford brought to the table. That's how I look at Bennett.
Yeah. Now, and one more thing about the offense, me personally, I believe they made a mistake kind of moving Lyle to the tackle. I really liked him better at guard. That's where he really made his bread and butter. And, Connor, he played tackle, I think, at Texas.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we're going to have to look at life beyond Tyron Smith. I hate to say that out there on the airwaves. But so far, this year, number 71 has changed my mind. You see, he's balling out this year. I've seen him pancake. I've seen him get the nastiness of falling, using that 331 pounds, landing all over the opposition, playing nasty. My thing is with the young kid, number 52, you can just look at him. He looks tiny out there. I just wish that he can. And then when you see him in real life, you look at Connor Williams and you look at Xavier Su'a-Filo, they look like a night and day of size-wise, right? So if I'm going to pick a fight with somebody, believe it or not, I'm talking about Xavier Su'a-Filo, the guy that wears number 76. I'm going to be like, give me the Hawaiian warrior, whatever his ethnic background is. Give me that guy. You see what I'm saying? Because it look like I'm going to win that fight with the bigger dude, you see? So, but here's the thing, the nastiness that 52 can bring. If you look at last game, and this could be Kellen Moore's fingerprints, they had that guy pulling, and he getting out in space and leading the alleyway. I never questioned his athletic ability. When he pulls, I'm looking at it like, man, that look like a little stout linebacker that's going to look for somebody to hit. I love him when they pull number 52 on the run plays and things like that.
Right. Now, one more question.
Talk to me.
Who you think is going to step up and really be that big number 2 receiver throughout the end of the year? You think Cobb or Gallup?
Oh, man, Gallup has already cemented his name out there, or etched his name out there for the Dallas Cowboys' primary number 2 receiver. One can argue that he's been playing number 1 role. It's just that when he came back from the injury, it's taking him a minute to be on the same page with Dak Prescott. And shame on Dak Prescott, too. I got to speak it honestly, right? Throwing the ball behind him. He had a touchdown right there. And then on top of that, we got to understand, too, that it takes time for you to trust your lower body extremities, man. You got your knee all jacked up. You're going to lose a little confidence. So it may not be until, like, the latter part of the second half of this season, well, the latter part of it, for him to be back on the same page with Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott got to hit him a little bit better, though.
Yeah, got to get him in front.
Yeah, he'll do the rest. He will do the rest. The boy is like I don't want to say baby Dez. I don't want to say baby Michael Irvin. But he's a guy that see the ball, he go grab the ball type of guy.
Oh, yeah. I've been really impressed so far.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Law, man.
Thank you for calling in.
Man.
Really appreciate you, man. Good call. 901. Real good call, man. Good quality call and everything was good. Yeah, that's how I look at the young phenom, the Michael Gallup, MG13, if you know what I mean, But Dak Prescott, he got to hit him a little bit better. He could have had him a touchdown last game. It's just the ball was a little behind him. And I think that what Gallup is doing opposed to Cobb is doing is Gallup is a bigger target, right? Gallup is high point ball, high point the ball, bring it comes down. And I love everything that he's showing to us out there on the field. And that injury just had to occur, right? Man, it's just been too much like nice and right for him to go a whole year without injuries, man. That would have been nice for him, though, if he'd never had a chance to stop his momentum. The boy was putting up crazy numbers. He was like, at one point before he was injured or what have you, it was like number 3 in total receiving yards or average yards per game was was Amari, and then number 3 was Michael Gallup. So it was 1-3 combination, and we're still number 1 in total offense. So hopefully by this end of this Giants game this week, we can really cement that, because every time I pull up tape, Dak Prescott versus the Giants, he's been putting up 300, 330, close to 400 yards against the Giants defense. So we'll see. But the thing is, they reinvested. The Giants now got a big plug in inside, the guy that I really wanted for us to go out there and get, Leonard Williams. So we'll see how all of this stuff unfolds, Cowboy Nation. Anybody else, man, want to call in? The number is up on top of the screen, 682-214-4087. Law, we need to upgrade over Heath. JR214. We've been saying it for a long time, but I'm not calling Jeff Heath trash or anything. He's pretty good. 614, you're live like 95.
What up, Law, man? It's your boy Montana 808, man.
808, man, what's good?
Hey, man, I can't call it, brother.
Oh, man, you got it, though.
Hey, man, only thing I got to say for real, man, is I wish we could have went for Adams. If not Adams, go get, either Rashad Jones or Carl Joseph and see what we could have did with him. If not, I like what the dude said earlier, that call that said something about Geno Atkins, go plug up that hole so we can get some guys to slow down this run, because it seems like it's not the Todd Gurleys or the Alvin Kamaras. It seems like it's the off-brand guys, like a Jones for the Packers, or it seems like those type of guys that gets off on our defense, or C.J. Anderson or somebody,
Yo, those are run directions, the guys that get upfield and shoot, you see. And if we know anything about football, Saquon Barkley, I can guarantee you this. Saquon Barkley right now at 345, he is looking at that Green Bay Packers tape, and he's sitting there like, man, if Aaron Jones, what his name is, Aaron Jones, right? If he can eat with something like that, if he can get 4 touchdowns, my golly, I'm gonna run the exact same plays. I'm gonna call the coach right now and say, put those plays in for me. Let me see if I can get some of that.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, though. Like, if Dallas could go back and look at those type of plays with the Colts, the Rams, and the Packers, if we can look at those plays and say, okay, where we go wrong? Where we go wrong is it seems like the guys up front get confused and they get out of their gaps with those inside zone blocks, those zone blocking. If we can take away the zone blocking instead of just running upfield, just keep our feet moving and plug and stay home, we won't see that. Mm-hmm. Our safeties will be able to get after the ball. The corners will be able to contain coverage just long enough for Robert Quinn, Michael Bennett, maybe, and of course D-Law to get home. As you can see in those Philly games, that's what Philly was trying to do.
But let me tell you this though, zone block. When we go back and we watch the Philly tape over and over again, so we can have it like in a reprobated mind state, right? So we can know, we can recall things that we can just really look at it and say, okay, this is how we won that game. When you go back and look at the tape, you'll see that the Dallas Cowboys, by us being so thin, as it relates to defensive front, by us being so thin, we have to play with a lead. We have to get turnovers and takeaways, because if not, if a team can just go up on us, and if they can control the time of possession, and if they can run, it's not about us being disciplined or undisciplined. The reality of it is that we are so thin. We are sheetrock thin as it relates to the interior. We love what Antoine Barbecue Woods can do, but that's only a love from adulation from Cowboys lenses, you see.
Yes, sir.
It's not like he's and trust me, I'm not trying to throw salt at this guy, but we have to call a spade a spade. Jeff Heath, Antoine Barbecue Woods, a Christian Covington, those guys are not Pro Bowlers. You see what I'm saying? Now,
yes, sir.
they are serviceable guys. You see, that's what they do. They don't do enough to be like, okay, he's going to be a Pro Bowler. We know for sure he's going to have this type of impact. No, but they're not going to be a slaw guy, whereas you can say, oh man, they just horrible. These guys are serviceable enough to play good or gel well with other superstar athletes. But the problem is when you put the silver and blue on, we take that serviceable enough guy and we elevate them and we think that they are more than what their name is calls for. You see what I'm saying? Because they on a primetime TV and they get more hype and they pushed up and everybody knows them more than what they should be. You see, and I'm not hating on them. You see what I'm saying? Because they can make plays, but it's not they as much as we love Antoine Barbecue Woods, he would never be in the same sentence as a Leonard Williams. You see what I'm saying?
No, sir. He will
as much as we love Jeff Heath, he's not in the same conversational piece as a Jamal Adams. You see?
No, sir.
But that's the reality of it. But what we've been conditioned as Cowboys fans to say, man, I'm chilling, I'm cool with Jeff Heath. We good. We all right. We won this amount of games with Jeff Heath. Or I'm cool with Antoine Barbecue Woods because he walks around with the Hot Boys signature. You see what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. But go ahead and leave me your thoughts, man.
That's all I really had for real. You know, like I'm always hard on Jeff Heath. Like I'm probably like the hardest person on Jeff Heath in Cowboy fandom history. I agree. You know, I really don't understand. You know what the problem is. Why the Cowboys doesn't value safety. Today's game, you have to have a safety that can do pretty much all things: cover, hit hard, and tackle. And if you really don't have those things, as y'all can see, off-brand running backs get 200 yards all purpose for no reason because, you know, the line is getting held. I play semi-pro football.
That's good.
I'm used to the refs not calling anything, grabbing jerseys, getting yoked up, eyeball poked, because the refs, you know, a lot of them just going to look past depending on who you are. And I tell a lot of people, the Cowboys have to fight through adversity. They have to fight through adversity. Stop playing, looking for the call. You have to be like, okay, we're not going to get that call at all. You know what I'm saying? So in order for the Cowboys to be great, they have to go into these games with the mindset of, okay, I'm not going to get every call. So I'm just going to continue to keep playing until the whistle was blown.
Through the echoes of the whistle, boy. I can tell you played some football. But, hey, before I let you go, I just want you to, since you said all of those things about Jeff Heath, can you explain to the nation, just real quickly, he is not trash, though, you see. We're not calling him trash. And that's what I want people to understand. Just because we don't like his overall skill set, we are not calling him trash. But I'm asking you, though, is he trash?
I don't think he's trash. I just think, like, he's not a starter.
There you go.
He's more of a bring him off the bench, get the starting guy some breathing room, get him some breathing room so where he can be like, okay, I played about 20 snaps. Okay, Jeff Heath, go ahead, get in. He's a great guy on the special teams.
Yeah.
If you know football, special teams is vital. Special teams is vital as you would think, maybe offense or defense. You know, you got to have an offense to score. You got to have a defense to stop the scoring. If your special teams is giving up, let's say, 40, 50 yards a return a game, that can ultimately end a game. Yeah. Because now it's like, dang, what can I stop? I can't stop the run. I'm barely stopping the pass, and now they're getting off on special teams. So I'm just going to leave y'all guys with that thought. Thanks for having me, Law. I watch you every day. I love it. I watch you and all the Cowboy YouTubers, man. Y'all inspire me to do my own thing.
Yes, indeed, man. Go ahead, man, and do your thing, fam. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
I do. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks
Go
for the call.
Cowboys.
Yes, what I'm talking about, man. Salute, bro.
My brother.
That was a good call right there, man. Just keep in mind, Cowboy Nation, we're not talking bad about the team. We just pointed out the obvious that we tend to do this. We elevate people. And that goes for Dak Prescott too. You know, we elevate him all the way to the top, and then some people we throw that trash label on players too. So sometimes we just call a spade a spade. This person can need to do this in order for this to happen, or this person need to do that in order for that to happen. And one can have their argument saying that, hey, you can look at all of the 31 other teams out there, and you can say the same, which is truth. To be honest with you all. So I've been live like 95 for an hour. I thought I was only going to do it for a minute. For those who called and didn't get through, if you left a message, I will hit you back up. I'm going to shoot you a text back. I really appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. And Antoine, really appreciate you too, man, for making the donation earlier, man. I really do, man. Every penny counts. Every dollar is accepted too. I really appreciate it, man. I'm going to read a few more comments before I roll out of here. The phone lines are now off, but I love to hear you guys' thoughts and feedbacks throughout the show. So when this show is over with, still post me your thoughts. Who do you pay first outside of Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper? Is it the Robert Quinn? Is it Byron Jones? Do you find a way to plug in Malik Collins? Do you kick Anthony Brown off the bridge, or do you find a way to sign him up again, you see? Or do you just move on? That would have been good if we trade him if we move on, because the Cowboys got to stop doing this, and I have to give you guys the truth. We got to stop holding on to these players until they use all the way up and then just release them. That's foolish to me. That's not good on the back end. We draft pretty well. We need to start getting some stuff back from the draft players that we drafted. Meaning that if the Cowboys release Anthony Brown, or they let him go, or they, you know what I'm saying? If something like that, his contract, we don't re-sign him, and you don't have the opportunity to trade him or get rid of him with a draft pick or something in return, that's just bad on the back end. I as much as we kind of sully and denigrate Taco Charlton, I've been saying this from the day one, that he's a left defensive edge rusher. You can go pull up left defensive edge rusher Cowboys, and you probably see my film breakdown. All of his sacks his rookie year came from the left defensive edge. And then all of his sacks in his sophomore year came from the left defensive edge. I think he only had one sack came from the right side. I only know that he had, 3 sacks or something like that. But all of the majority of his sacks and majority of his pressure and fumbles came from the left end. We picked up Taco Charlton to be DeMarcus Lawrence replacement, you see. That's what happened with that. DeMarcus Lawrence woke up and he didn't just give his spot up. And we have D-Law now, but Taco went away and we didn't get nothing in return, you see, because we made it so openly that we want to get rid of him, you see. And that's a first-round draft pick. That's money. And then when I turn on the TV screen, you can go to my Instagram page. All I saw was T.J. Watt, number 90, making plays. And I hear so many people that don't watch film and don't watch tape saying that, T.J. Watt can only play at 3-4. You go back and you look at the Steelers defense, you tell me, do you see T.J. Watt in the three-point stand? Do you tell me if you don't see T.J. Watt streaming off the edge and then the one-on-one encounter with the offensive tackle, is that he's using his hands to get the disengagement, shooting upfield, creating and wreaking havoc on the quarterback? That is transferable skill sets that you can either play 3-4 or 4-3. For anybody that has the argument of saying that he can't do both, then why are we praising Michael Bennett? You see, It's the same scenario. Playmakers are playmakers, man. Eddie B, man, really appreciate you. Thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation, man. Really appreciate the super chat. Really do. So, man, Eddie B, man, just dropping the dimes on me, man. That's good. So that's what I want people to understand and know, that shoot, we dropped the ball on that one. All right, so and then TJ is versatile enough to play anywhere, on the right side or the left side. I've seen him rush on both sides. Pretty much, I believe, if my math is correct, TJ got just as much sacks as D-Law does. Let that sink into your mental, Cowboy Nation. So we got to figure out ways to be ready for the second half of the season. We cannot come out to this game flat. We have to show everybody, show the world that we are the real deal Holyfield. The Cowboys are ready, regardless of the simple fact that Jason Garrett normally come off with historical data shows that he comes off the bye week as flat. So we got to be ready for the Giants. And Daniel Jones will give you some interceptions. He will give you some fumbles. So you got to take advantage, and you got to be ready for that opportunity. We don't want Daniel Jones to be looking like Sam Darnold when he played against us in MetLife. You see, same stadium, we don't want to see the same results. Everybody have reasoning, but results are what matter. Ain't this right, John? Ain't this right, Raw Morales? Ain't this right, Silent DC? Yeah, so Jordan K., really appreciate you, man. Thank you all for tuning in to the nation. Let me jam on out of here, man. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's turn my music up. Yeah. Let's get on out of here. Focus. Giants now, baby. Yeah. We rolling with the guys we got. This should be your Super Bowl roster right here at this moment. Turn my beat up. Yeah. This is the moment right here, Cowboy Nation. This is the time. This is the moment. We got to continue to grind, baby. We must figure out a way. We can't lay down. We don't fold up like no lawn chairs or no wallets around here. We got this thing, Cowboy Nation. We got this thing. Shout out to Dak Prescott. Shout out to Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott. Shout out to TP. Are you with me? Let's get this thing, Amari Cooper. Let's go get this bread, baby. Let's go get this thing, MG13, if you know what I mean. Let's go. See those files, man. Appreciate those who made the donation to help grow this thing, baby. Devon, South of Heaven. Y'all follow him up. Y'all hit him up. Hit him up. Time, one movement at a time.